Shanti. Good morning. Happy Valentine's Day. Today is Valentine's Day, day of love, expressing love, showcasing love. And today we will express our love to God. How much do we love God? How much do I love Baba? Of course, God doesn't need to prove his love because we know that Baba loves us a lot. But our love is number wise. Our love is based on the faith that we have. Our love is based on how much I know Baba, the relationships that I experience with Baba. So today we'll experience love, unlimited love, a love that is non-judgmental, a love that accepts me, a love that is unconditional. So today's Murli for 14th February 25. Baba says, sweet children, you have received the Srimad to become soul conscious and to remember the Father. Under no circumstances should you argue with anyone. Question: what method has been created so that your intellects can become clean by being connected in yoga to the Father? Answer: a bhatti of 7 days. A bhatti means furnace. When you put clay in the furnace, it becomes like rock, brick. No? So, in the same way, when the soul is in this furnace of knowledge of God's remembrance for 7 days, becomes rock solid. When new ones come, sit them in a bhatti for 7 days. The rubbish will be cleared from their intellects, and they'll be able to recognize the incognito Father, this incognito study, and their incognito inheritance. If they were simply to sit down as soon as they came, they would become confused and understand nothing. So they have to understand. That's why we have the 7 days course. Better to go through the course back to back 7 days because then there's consistency, there's discipline for 7 days. So Baba says, only then can they recognize who they are. They can recognize the incognito Father, the inheritance that they receive. The song is Awaken, O Brides, Awaken. The new day is about to dawn. Om Shanti. In order to make you children knowledgeable, such songs have to be played and their meaning explained to you. You'll then be able to speak in front of others. You will find out how much knowledge of the beginning, the middle, and the end is in your intellects. It is as though the secrets of everything from up above, from the incorporeal world, the subtle region, and the beginning, middle, and end of the corporeal world are shining in the intellects of you children. So we understand the secret of who am I, the secret of the three worlds, the secret of the drama, the beginning, middle, and end, how this world cycle continues, the secret of who God is, what he does. The Father has this knowledge which he tells you. This knowledge is completely new. Although names are mentioned in the scriptures, etc., new ones would get stuck on your mentioning those names and begin to debate about them. New people, they'll get stuck if you mention that, oh, this is, see, in the Gita it is said like this. And when you start to use scriptures as mm, as backing up for this knowledge, people who have studied the scriptures, they will start arguing. So here he explains in a completely simple way. God speaks, remember me, only I am the purifier. Shri Krishna, Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, etc. would not be called the purifier. You don't call the residents of the subtle region purifiers. The Baba says, you don't call the residents of the subtle region purifiers. How then could human beings of this physical world be purifiers? When Brahma, Vishnu, Shankar, who reside in the subtle region, when they are not purifiers, then how could people of this world be purifiers, whether they are gurus or mahatmas or sannyasis or anyone? This knowledge is surely in your intellects. It is not good to argue too much about the scriptures. Too much discussion takes place. They even start beating each other with sticks. And if you argue with someone who has studied all these scriptures, they become very defensive. The egos come into play, and then anger, right? So these things are explained to you very easily. You are not to go too much into the things of the scriptures. The main thing is definitely to become soul conscious, to consider yourselves to be souls and remember the Father. This Srimad is the main one. The rest is detail. The seed is so small, whereas the rest is the expansion of the tree. Just as the whole knowledge of a tree is merged in its seed, in the same way, all of this knowledge is also merged in the seed. The seed and the tree are in your intellects. The seed, which is Baba, and the tree, which is the expansion, the whole drama cycle, is in our intellects. No one else can understand this in the way that you do. They have written that the lifespan of the tree is long. The Father sits here and explains the secret of the seed and the tree and the drama cycle. You are spinners of discus of self-realization. So Baba is giving us the title, We are spinners of discus of self-realization. If new ones come and Baba were to sing the praise of the children as being spinners of discus of self-realization, none of them would be able to understand. For someone who's listening to the Murli for the first time, that one will not be able to understand what is this. No? So sometimes we feel that Murli is being repetitive. Why is Baba repeating? Baba is repeating the points again and again. But this is also because at every day, probably there's someone new who's listening to the Murli. So that one has to know all the secrets of the knowledge, right? And secondly, if Baba is repeating it, I have to ask myself, have I become an embodiment of whatever Baba is speaking in the Murli? If I have not, then that means that this repetition is for me because I've not been able to do it. Baba is reminding me again and again to become that. So never think that Murli is repetitive. No, Murli is Baba's repeating it so that we become embodiments of that, right? And remember, Baba is speaking to so many of his children. So each child is unique, each child is different in their journey, each child is different in their effort, right? So a point that might be relatable to me may not be for someone else because they're going through something else in their life, right? And they need a different point. So think about it, God's intellect. Baba speaks the Murli, gives the knowledge to the variety of his children who are in different spaces in their life, who are using this knowledge to self-transform. And how many times, so many points from the Murli touch each one of us. And this can only be God's intellect, right? So Baba says, if new ones come and Baba were to sing the praise of the children as being spinners of discus of self-realization, none of them would be able to understand. They would even consider themselves to be children. This Father is incognito, this knowledge is also incognito, and the inheritance too is incognito. Anyone new who hears these things would become confused. This is why they are made to sit in a bhatti for 7 days. That's why the course is designed that every topic is covered in 7 days. The recitations of the Bhagavad, the Ramayana, etc., that they hold for 7 days are in fact a memorial of this time when they are kept in a bhatti for 7 days, so that the rubbish in their intellects can be removed by their intellects being connected in yoga to the Father. Here, all are diseased. These diseases don't exist in Golden Age. This is a disease of half a cycle. What disease? This is the disease of the vices in the soul. So, this disease doesn't exist for half a cycle. The disease of the five vices is huge. You remain soul conscious there. You souls know that each of you leaves a body and adopts another. You have a vision beforehand. Untimely death never occurs there. You are made victorious over death. They say death, death, and the great death. Kal, Kal, Mahakal. So the word Kal means time. Kal also means death. So that's why people say the time has come. That means the time to leave the body has come. Right? So in Golden Age, there's no word, there's no term like death. It's just that the soul leaving the body. So Baba says, in fact, Mahakal, the great death, is the name for another name for Shiv. So Baba says, I am called the great death. Why is Baba called great death? Because when he comes, he takes everybody back home. All the souls will go back home. So he's the one who takes everyone back home. That's why he's called the great death. There's also the Mahakal temple. The Sikh people have their immortal throne. In fact, an immortal throne is the center of each forehead where each soul is seated. All souls are seated on these immortal thrones. The Father sits here and explains this. The Father doesn't have his own throne. He comes and takes this one's throne. He sits on this throne and makes your children worthy of sitting on the peacock throne. So Baba comes and sits on the throne, the center of the forehead of Brahma Baba, and then makes us worthy of sitting on a peacock throne, which is the throne of world sovereignty. You know what that peacock throne on which Lakshmi and Narayan will be seated would be like. The peacock throne has been remembered. You should churn this. Why is he called God, the innocent Lord? On saying the innocent Lord, the intellect goes up above. Sages, holy men, etc., also point with their fingers upwards for you to remember him. They'll say, God is there, God is up above. However, no one can know anything accurately. The Father, the purifier, now comes personally in front of you and says, remember me and your sins will be absolved. This is a guarantee. Baba is giving a guarantee. Remember me and your sins will be absolved. This is also written in the Gita, but if you pull one example out from the Gita, they would pull out 10. This is why there is no need. Those who have studied the scriptures, etc., think that they can challenge others. Those of you children who don't know these scriptures, etc., at all, should never even mention their names. Don't try to give examples from any scriptures. Simply say, God says, remember me, your father. Only he is called the purifier. They also sing the song, Purifier Ram of Sita. Sannyasis also continue to chant here and there. There are many opinions like these. This song too is so beautiful. According to the drama plan, such songs are composed every cycle. What was the song? Awaken, O Bride. So Baba says that who is the bride here? The soul is the bride. The dawn is about to come, which is golden age. The dawn of the new world is right around the corner. It's about to come. So awaken. So what the song means is God telling the soul that get up now, awaken. New world is coming. Decorate yourself for the new world. So it is as though they are composed for you children alone. There are such good songs. For example, Show the Path to the Blind, Prabhu. There's the song. show the path to the blind. It is not that Sri Krishna is called Prabhu. Only the incorporeal one would be called Prabhu or Ishwar. Here you say Baba is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul. He too is a soul. They have gone on to the path of devotion too much. Here things are completely simple. Alpha and beta. Alpha is Allah and beta is the sovereignty. It is such a simple thing. Remember the Father and you will become the masters of heaven. Lakshmi and Narayan were definitely the masters of heaven. They were completely viceless. So only by remembering the Father will you definitely become complete like them. To the extent that you have remembrance and do service, accordingly you will receive a high status. This is also understood. Don't students in a school realize it when they are studying very little? A student would know, right, whether they are going to pass the exam or fail, whether they have studied well or not. So those who don't pay full attention continue to sit at the back, so they would definitely fail. In order to refresh yourselves, you should listen to the good songs of this knowledge that have been composed. Now, there are so many songs, right? They're such lovely songs. The Baba says, listen to those songs, connect to Baba, understand the meaning of those songs, right? So everything is basically study. We are in the school and we pay attention to the study. If I don't pay attention, I will fail. Keep such songs in your homes. You could even explain them to others. Look how the shadow of Maya falls again. It is not mentioned in the scriptures that the duration of each cycle is 5,000 years. The day of Brahma and the night of Brahma are half and half. So this 5,000-year cycle is equally divided into 4 ages. The first two, golden and silver, are the day of Brahma. That means when the soul is in day, virtuous. The next two are night of Brahma, when the soul gets into darkness of the vices. Someone had these songs composed. The Father is the intellect of the wise. And so it entered the intellects of those who sat and composed them. So many who came to you went into trance on hearing these songs, etc. The day will come when those who sing songs of this knowledge will also come to you. They will sing such songs in praise of the Father that your hearts will be touched. Singers of that kind will come. It also depends on the tune. The art of singing is also very well known. At the moment, there's no one like that. There's just one song composed, so sweet, so lovely, Shiv, God Shiv, the innocent one is. Kitna meetha, kitna pyara, Shiv Bhola Bhagwan. That was the first song that was created. The Father is definitely very sweet and very lovely too. That is why everyone remembers him. It is not that the deities remember him. No, the deities would not remember him. In the pictures, they have shown Ram in front of Shiv. Ram is worshipping him. There's a picture where you see Ram is worshipping Shiv. And they say the story that because Ravan was a big devotee of Shiv, so Ram, before going into Ravan's kingdom to bring Sita back, he knew that he will be killing Ravan. And because Ravan was a great devotee of Shiv, Ram was actually worshipping Shiv, saying that I'm going to do this, right? Or taking power from Shiv, because now he's going to fight with one of the biggest devotees of Shiv, right? So he needed power from Shiv. So this is how the story goes. But Baba says that that is wrong. It is not that the deities remember anyone. Of course, we know that when Ram exists, Ravan cannot coexist, first. Second, the deities do not worship, they do not need any power, they do not need anything from God. They are in the best of the age, the best of the time, and they are Satopradhan, completely pure, full of all virtues, 16 celestial degrees full. So everything full and complete. They don't have anything lacking. So it is human beings who have remembrance. You are now human beings, and you too will then become deities. There's the difference of day and night between deities and human beings. The same deities then become human beings. No one knows at all how this cycle continues to turn. You have now found out that we truly do become deities. We are now Brahmins. In the new world, we will be called deities. You are now being filled with wonder. This Brahma, who was previously a worshipper in this birth and sang praise of Sri Krishna, had a lot of love for Narayan. Sorry, sang praise of Sri Narayan, had a lot of love for Narayan. Now it seems a wonder that he is becoming that again. Hmm? It's a wonder, right? Brahma Baba used to worship Narayan, and then he comes to know that I am becoming Narayan. Wonder. So your mercury of happiness should rise so much. You are the unknown warriors. You are non-violent. Truly, you are doubly non-violent. Neither do you have the sword of lust, nor do you engage in war. Lust is separate, anger is separate. So then you are doubly non-violent, the non-violent army. Because of the word army, they have set up armies. In the Mahabharat war, they have shown males. There are no females. In fact, you are Shiv Shaktis. We are Shiv Shakti army. Because you are in majority, you are called the Shiv Shakti army. Only the Father sits here and explains these things. Now, you children remember that new age. No one in the world even knows about that new age. They think that a new age will come after 40,000 years because they feel there are 40,000 years left for Iron Age. It is very clear that the Golden Age is a new age. So, Baba advises you, you will be refreshed by listening to such good songs, and you will explain to others as well. These are all clever methods. Only you can understand the meaning of these. There are many very good songs with which you can refresh yourselves. These songs help a great deal. Extract their meanings so that your mouth opens and that there is also happiness. The Father says to those who cannot imbibe well, continue to remember the Father while sitting at home, whilst living in your households. Just remember this mantra. Remember the Father and become pure. Previously, a man would say to his wife, you can remember God even at home. So, what need is there to wander around, wander along to the temples, etc.? I will give you an image at home. Sit here and have remembrance. Why do you go stumbling along? In this way, many men wouldn't let their wives go. To worship is the same thing as to remember. When you worship, the same thing as remembering. Once you have seen an image, you can remember that anyway. Sri Krishna's image with the peacock feather and the crown is common. You children have had visions. You have had visions of how he takes birth there. But could you take the photograph of them? Of in the beginning when all these young sisters, right? The dadis who were young at that time, they used to go into trance or they used to get visions of Sri Krishna. Hmm. But Baba says, even though you got a vision or you saw Sri Krishna in trance, can you take a picture of Sri Krishna? How exactly he looks? No. Hmm. Right? Like even now, when we say Sri Krishna, each one of us will have a different image of Sri Krishna. Now, which one is the accurate one? Do you think Sri Krishna really looks like this in Golden Age? No. No. So every temple you see Sri Krishna, different face, little different, right? Little different face, little different features. Hmm. So Baba saying that when you know someone, it's easy to remember them. You don't really have to go to the temple or anywhere. You can just sit at home and remember. So it's the same way. Once we know who God is, Once we have a relationship with him, it's very easy to remember him. So no one could take an accurate one. It can only be seen in a divine vision. That image cannot be created. Yes, after seeing it, you can describe it. However, it cannot be painted. Even if the painter is clever and has a vision, he cannot draw the features accurately. So Baba has explained, don't argue too much with anyone. Tell them your interest is in becoming pure. You ask for peace, so then remember the Father and become pure. Pure souls cannot reside here. They would go back. Only the Father has the power to make souls pure. No one else can purify souls. You children know that all of this is the stage on which this play is performed. So, this world is this drama stage where this unlimited play, is performed. At this time, the whole stage is Ravan's kingdom. The world is lying on the whole ocean. This is an unlimited island. Those are limited. This is an unlimited aspect on which the divine kingdom exists for half a cycle and the devilish kingdom exists for half a cycle. That means the world on the ocean, uh, or being an island in the ocean, right? And on this island is the drama stage, right? Actually, the continents are separate, but this is all a matter of the unlimited. You know that we will definitely reside by the banks of the sweet waters of the Ganges and Jamuna rivers. So in Bharat, when there's golden age, there will be the rivers flowing. There will be no need to go to the sea, etc. When they talk of that Dwarka, it is not in the middle of the sea. Dwarka is not a separate place. The world was called Dwarka when it was Golden Age. So it's not a separate place. You children have had visions. In the beginning, Sandeshi, Dadi, and Gulzar Dadi used to have many visions. They played great parts because they had to entertain the children in the bhatti. So they had visions, they would go in trance, play with Krishna, and while they were playing with Krishna, they would be playing here too. So they would entertain everybody, explain to them about stories of Golden Age, what they saw, all of that. So they were entertained a great deal by the visions. The father says at the end, you will be entertained a lot. That part of the drama is another thing. There is also a song, what we have seen, you didn't see. You will continue to have visions one after another. For example, as the days of the exam draws closer, you would find out with how many marks you will pass. This too is your study. So towards the end, Baba says, we will all be entertained by visions. We will get those visions. Now it is as though you are sitting here whilst being knowledgeful. Not everyone is full. In a school, everyone is always number wise. This too is knowledge. The incorporeal world, the subtle region, you have this knowledge of the three worlds. You know this world cycle. It continues to turn. The Father says this knowledge that you have been given cannot be explained by anyone. You have unlimited omens over you. Some have the omens of Jupiter, and others have the omens of an eclipse of Rahu. So, when you have the omen of Jupiter, you study very well. Jupiter is also called Guru. So, you are blessed, you study very well, you progress very well, you get a lot of attainments. But when you have the eclipse of Rahu, Rahu is a shadow planet. So, that means that there's a shadow. The soul is not able to perform that well. So they will go and become cremators, etc. These omens are unlimited. Those omens are limited. The unlimited Father tells you unlimited things and gives you the unlimited inheritance. You children have so much happiness. You have claimed sovereignty many times and lost it. This is completely true, nothing new. You will be able to remain eternally happy. Hmm? So when we think nothing new, it's the same thing that happened 5,000 years ago, nothing new, then we will be able to remain eternally happy by seeing the scenes in the drama. Otherwise, Maya makes you choke. So, all of you are lovers of the one beloved. All of you lovers only remember that one beloved, and today is Valentine's Day. We better love only the one beloved. He comes and gives happiness to everyone. You have been remembering him for half a cycle. Now that you have found him, you should have so much happiness. Acha, to you, sweetest, beloved, long lost, and now found children, love, remembrance, and good morning from the mother, the father, Bab Dada. The spiritual father says namaste to you, spiritual children, and the spiritual children say namaste to the spiritual father. Essence for dharana. In order to stay constantly cheerful, make the lesson of nothing new firm. Maintain the happiness that the unlimited Father is giving you, the unlimited sovereignty. Maintain the happiness that the unlimited Father is giving you, unlimited sovereignty. I just need to claim it. And how do I claim it? By remembering the Father. Second point, listen to good songs of this knowledge and refresh yourself. Understand the meaning of them and explain them to others. Today's blessing. May you become a conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of attachment. May you become a conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of attachment by divorcing Maya and all her relationships from yourself and having all relationships with the Father. May you become a conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of attachment by divorcing Maya and all her relationships from yourself and having all relationships with the Father. Now cancel any old deals in your awareness and become single. You may remain cooperative with one another, but not as companions. Make the one your companion and divorce Maya and all her relationships. What an amazing blessing on Valentine's Day. Don't create any companionships. Divorce all these relationships of Maya and have relationship with only one. Make only one your companion. You will then remain a victorious conqueror of Maya and a conqueror of attachment. If there is the slightest attachment to anyone, then instead of becoming an intense effort maker, you would just become an effort maker. Therefore, no matter what happens, continue to dance in happiness. Death to the prey and happiness for the hunter. There's the saying, death to the prey and happiness to the hunter. That means the hunter goes in the jungle to hunt. And when he gets the hunt, he is happy. But then the prey is dead, right? So this is known as being a destroyer of attachment. Those who are such destroyers of attachment become beads in the rosary of victory. So Baba says, no matter what happens, continue to dance in happiness. So leave behind all these relationships of Maya. Maya is illusion. Thinking that, oh, this one will take care of me, this one will be there, I need this companion, someone to talk to, someone. We become dependent on each other or on different relationships, right? So Baba is saying, these are all relationships of Maya, illusionary. So finish all these illusions. Slogan, increase the sparkle of the diamond with the speciality of truth. This diamond, the soul being the diamond, increase the sparkle of this diamond with the speciality of truth. So when there is truth, the soul will sparkle. Today's Avyak signal. Bapdada wants every child to be seated on the seat of a stable and elevated stage, to be in solitude, to be bodiless, to be one who establishes unity, to belong to the one, and to be an incarnation of economy. They are all like ek mat, ek, ekta, right? So everything one. Understand each other's ideas and give them regard, while signaling one another, have an exchange amongst you and reveal the form of power of your gathering. Because the power of unity in your gathering will be instrumental in bringing the whole Brahmin family together in a gathering. So Baba saying, if you see this entire month of Avyak Signal is all about Ekta, unity. And Baba saying that even though we have come from diverse backgrounds, there's diversity, but we all are connected in unity. We all listen to one Srimad, connected to one Baba, right? Uh, in unity, so Ekta, right? Ekagrata, concentration, economy. So everything is ek, that is one. So Baba says that when we come together, we respect each other, we have respect for wherever we come from, whoever we are, we respect. So where there's respect, there's this unity that is built. And this unity, which comes in this gathering, with this, we become instrumental in bringing the whole family together and become instrumental in creating the new world. So power of unity. Sha? Om Shanti. So today, Baba is reminding us who the true beloved is, the one beloved. He's asking us to cancel all these relationships of Maya. Not relationships with Maya, but relationships of Maya. All these illusionary relationships that we have created. And Baba is reminding us that when we look at drama, don't let go of your happiness because nothing new. The drama is repeating. Every scene of the drama is being repeated. So there's nothing new in this drama. When we look at drama as nothing new, then I'm able to remain happy. Sure? Om Shanti. So let's remember Baba. I, the soul, am the spinner of discuss of self-realization. Baba has awakened my intellect and given me the knowledge of who am I, of who God is, and the beginning, middle, and end of this drama. I'm an actor on this drama stage. I'm playing a part on this world stage. I have a very special part, the part of being God's helper, the part of being God's companion. I belong to Him and He belongs to me. Every scene of this drama is being repeated. There's nothing new. I understand that my only true relationship is with the one beloved. He alone is my true companion. He alone is my true Valentine. I experience this relationship of unlimited love, unconditional love with Baba. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. So have a great Valentine Day with Baba as your Valentine. See you tomorrow. Om Shanti.